from the hit NBC series The Office, Angela Kinsey is here. Plus, everyone's favorite Ghostbuster, Ernie Hudson, is in the house. The top 5 decorating mistakes that everybody makes and how to avoid them, and a musical performance by brother and sister teen sensation Brandon and Savannah. Come on, let's have some fun!
Coming up, teen pop duo Brandon and Savannah bring down the house with their hit single.
Okay, everybody, I have to tell you something, okay? I'm just going to say some words and you're going to hear this, okay? Richard and Karen Carpenter, Michael and Janet Jackson, and Donnie and Marie, right? The reason I bring that up is there just haven't been that many brother-sister acts, so it's really, really great when another act joins the club, and I'm really happy to introduce to you the newest brother-sister stars on the rise, now performing their new single, Los Angeles. Give them a hand, Brandon and Savannah.
Ourselves in the neon lights. I think it's alright for us to be ourselves in the neon. Well, I think it's alright. I think it's alright. Alright. Some nights I'm up and waiting for you, that special sunrise. Some days I'm sick in the morning, thoughts of me right by your side. It's that stay up all night, Los Angeles spotlight. I think it's alright. I think it's alright. When I think it's alright for us to be ourselves in the neon lights. I think it's alright for us to be ourselves in the neon. When I think it's alright. I think it's alright. 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 When I think it's alright for us to be ourselves in the neon. I think it's alright for us to be ourselves in the neon. I think it's alright for us to be ourselves in the neon light.
terrific.
Thank you so much.
They're terrific. Oh my gosh, I love this song. Okay, so really quick, how did you guys start performing together? I know you grew up together.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, it's been a long journey. You know, we've been writing since we were little kids. I wrote my first love song at 8 years old, and
Really?
We were all like, what is wrong with you? Like,
My mom sent me to therapy because she thought something was wrong. Like,
You just have that creative ability, huh?
yeah,
But
I'm
we
really
write all
blessed.
of our music too, so we are together and it's fun. I love him, you know?
yeah. It's awesome.
I kind of have to, but you know, I do.
Well,
anyway.
if you work with him a long time, it'll wear off. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, so your very first, is this your first music video that's really gotten out there?
Well, actually, our first music video that's ever gotten out there was to our single, All the Runaways.
Okay.
And we wrote that song about a year ago, and we kind of directed the music video as well. So it was a lot of fun.
So you
And,
write, you produce, you direct.
yes.
Very good. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a blast, and it's been a long journey, and we're very happy to be here today, so thank you
Well,
so
we're
much.
so happy to have you here, really. And you brought a gift, right, for everybody?
Yes,
today?
we have a gift. We have a gift for everyone. So you guys expecting some CDs and a gift bag?
Yeah, there's some cool stuff.
That's so sweet.
Oh, no, thank you.
Well, I love the video.
Thank you so much.
You guys both have terrific energy. And look aren't they cute?
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hey, will you stick around and will you sing us into the rap?
Yes, we would
All
love
right.
to.
We'd love to hear. Okay, first of all, for more information about their music and upcoming EP, check out our website, hallmarkchannel.com/Marie, and we will be right back.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Coming out, an encore performance by Brandon and Savannah.
I want to thank all of my guests today, Angela Kinsey, Summer Balzer, Ernie Hudson, and Brandon and Savannah.
Thank you.
And for more information, go to our website, hallmarkchannel.com/Marie. And remember, you can always reach me at Facebook or my Twitter page. And how old are you guys?
I'm 15.
And I'm 13.
And 13, my lucky number. Excellent. All right, take it away, guys, and we will
Absolutely.
see you next time.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, guys. This
Can you
last
guys
song,
clap for me?
this is called All the Runaways. All the runaways, yeah. All right. We set ourselves sun stun tonight. It's California, so we feel like dreaming. We're walking sunset under crazy lights. The girls are money and the guys are scheming.
They're putting Lexus on the top of our hands. It doesn't matter cause we're never chancing. And all the people keep on shuffling. Everybody here is dancing. All the runaways party with the trust fund kids. And the dance floor is shaking like the continent's kids. All the runaways party with the trust fund kids. When we all get together, it sounds like this.
All the runaways. All right.
I let the music take control of me. I don't care if anybody's staring. It's the only place I wanna be. It doesn't matter what you're wearing. All the runaways party with the trust fund kids. And the dance floor is shaking like
Branford Marsalis says he despised jazz until he was 19 years old. Fortunately, his taste changed because he has since mastered the jazz tradition created by legendary artists such as John Coltrane and Dizzy Gillespie and Herbie Hancock and, of course, Miles Davis. Some jazz purists have criticized him for playing with Sting and the Grateful Dead and, get this, for signing a 5-year contract as music director for The Tonight Show. But Branford Marsalis is nonetheless one of the finest and most versatile sax players of his generation, and for that reason alone, we're pleased to have him here. Welcome.
It's great to be here.
Great to see you here.
Great to see
you
Charlie.
really did come late to jazz?
Yeah, I grew up around it.
You know,
My dad was playing it, and everybody in New Orleans, all the musicians played in jazz, but I was more interested in commercial music at the time.
Yeah.
When I said that, I did say despise. That was a little harsh.
Yeah.
I didn't despise it because Wynton and I the place where my dad used to play a lot called Lou and Charlie's in New Orleans. They had the best charbroiled hamburgers in town.
Yeah.
So we would always go, not really to hear the music,
but
so much as to get the good hamburgers, So I spent a lot of time in the clubs and around the clubs, but it wasn't my music of choice.
Yeah. You also must get tired of talking about the family thing, too.
No, not at all. It's funny. It's strange because people seem to, I don't know what they think. I think my father was like a Mozart-type taskmaster standing around saying, practice.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't like that.
You two can grow up to be a great player.
Yeah, it was really like a fluke. It really, there's no explanation that I can think of.
How come you chose the sax and Wynton chose the trumpet?
Well, that was decided for us. I started playing the clarinet.
Yeah.
And then Wynton got a trumpet, and then I wanted to play the trumpet. And my father said, no, we're not going to have any of that. We're not going to be that two guys playing the same instrument, all that sibling rivalry fools. He said, we're not going to have any of that. So you play the clarinet, you stick with the clarinet. Yeah. And I got my instrument first, and then Wynton got a trumpet. And then after about 7 years of playing the clarinet, the saxophone was a logical progression. Yeah. It would have been like starting all over trying to play any other instrument.
It's such an attractive instrument, I would assume, to play because of all the greats that have played it. I mean, there's so many people with such singular and significant contribution to jazz have been saxophonists.
Yeah, when I was like 14, that's not the way I was thinking. It worked out well. It worked out well for me because
what was
so
the impact of growing up in? You were Catholic too, were you not?
Yeah.
Growing up Catholic in New Orleans and
Well, growing up Catholic, being black and being Catholic is really funny. Yeah. Because we were living in a town called Kenner, Louisiana, which is right outside of New Orleans. That's where the airport is.
Yeah.
And we used to walk to church because it was only like a 20-minute walk, and Southern people walk.
Yeah.
So we used to walk, and along the way, it was funny actually coming home from, because like all my friends were Baptists. Not all of them, but most of them. So we'd be in church going, whatsoever you do to the least of my brother, that you do unto me. And that was like the hip version, So that was hip for the Catholic church because like the singers had on jeans and a guitar. It was like a folk band, Everything turn. And then all of a sudden you're walking down the street and you hear them in the, and I get Jesus. And I'm like looking at the church going, yeah. And my mom's like,
they got it.
Stop, boy, pay attention. And I'm like, why don't we go in there, Mom? Shut up. It was real funny.
They got a beat that I like.
Yeah, it was funny. It was funny growing up. But everything musically in New Orleans, there wasn't the separation that I found even in a city like New York, but more so in other cities, because to be a musician, you just did everything. You did everything. So like there wasn't like jazz cats and rock cats. Right. Like my dad played with Elvis Presley in Birmingham, Alabama.
For one shot? Or?
For one shot.
Yeah.
But when they called him and said, we need a piano player, he did the gig. It wasn't, I'm a jazz guy, I won't do that.
Yeah, but he still remembers it, I bet, doesn't he?
Of course, he came back and says, man, I've never seen anything like that.
What did he say?
He just said, the thing that he remembered the most, they said, ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Presley, and then there was just this white light from all of the flashes that took off the moment he walked on stage that was blinding. He had never experienced anything like it. He says, the whole concert, all he really remembers is screaming and flashballs. And Elvis has left the building.
Elvis is gone.
Yeah.
He said, but did he like him? Did he like Elvis?
Well, he never met him. I mean, it's just like, he was in the band.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis Presley. And he's just, so he said, I never saw him walk on the stage. It's just like,
he was just there.
Yeah. I heard him singing and I saw him over there.
And they say, Elvis has left the arena.
Elvis has left the arena. He's gone. See you,
Were you anxious to get out of New Orleans to go north?
I was anxious to get out of New Orleans.
Why?
Because the thing that makes the South charming is the thing that limits the South. One of the things that's great about the South is that it doesn't change. And Southern people don't go for fads. Like when I first moved to New York, I was amazed at some of the people I met that just like whatever was quote unquote
Trendy.
in, whatever was trendy, they would be on it. So their clothing would change from year to year.
Yeah.
You know, their hairstyles would change, their taste in music. I mean, you know, the lambada and stuff like that.
Almost like that they would look to someone else to tell them the way they should behave
Yeah.
and dress and what music they should like and what books they should read, all the things they should do because they couldn't find or didn't know what to hold on to of their own.
And in the South, you don't have that problem. I mean, you know, I grew up wearing jeans and T-shirts, and I wear jeans and T-shirts now. And a lot of my friends, like I have a lot of friends when I lived in Brooklyn who were like rappers and stuff, and I always tease them because they wear these really big pants.
Yeah.
And I say, man, you know, you guys are making money now. You can buy pants that fit now. It's really not a problem. And they have their style. And it's strange to me to see people my age, like I'm 33.
Yeah.
And, you know, and I see these cats and they're like, you know, talking like, yo, what's up, man? I'm in the house. Yo, you know, what up, word? And they had these big pants on. I'm like, man, you're a little old for that, huh, cuz, you know? So it's like the good thing about being from the South is you kind of accept who you are, but at the same token, the people are really reticent to change there. So when you think about different things or you ask questions that are not in line with the traditional way of thinking, they kind of say, oh, well, you getting kind of strange there, kid.
But when you left there, you knew what you wanted to do and what you wanted to be.
I knew I wanted to get out, just see other things.
Yeah.
And the
But music was it, not even that?
Not really, not at that time. It wasn't, I was thinking about production. Music production. I was going to school. I was majoring in history. It wasn't a decided thing until I saw my brother playing with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers in 1979.
And what did that do for you?
I was playing in I was playing with this R&B guy in this, you know, because like when R&B guys are successful, when they're really famous, they're who they are, and then when they're not, they have these reviews, they call them. So I was with the William Bell Review, you know, trying to love too, and he's singing all these songs. And I never, and William was a good enough guy. It's nothing against William. It's just the nature of the beast. When you join a pop band, I mean, it doesn't even have to be William. When you join Madonna's band, you become the band. You know, there's Madonna and then there's the band. And at the end of the show, these credits come up on the screen and they roll up real fast, you know, and if you're really interested, most people aren't, you wait and you're like, who's the bass player? Joe Smith. You know, it goes by. And
who's his name?
Yeah, you know, that guy was good. Yeah, he wore great clothes. And, you know, but when Wynton came to town with Art Blakey, it's like he got to play a solo on every song. And after every song, you know, Art would say Wynton Marsalis on the trumpet, Billy Pierce on the tenor saxophone, Bobby Watson on the alto saxophone. Yeah. So you hear it enough times. First of all, you can see the person. They're right next to you. They're like, you know, 100 feet away. And then you hear the name so many times, and you are praised for your individuality. You know, not condemned for it.
And then you knew, when you saw that, this
moment.
appreciation of the individuality of the artist, you said,
moment.
I can do this, I want to do
I came
it.
and I told Wynton, I said, you know, man, I'm gonna start practicing. I'm gonna become a jazz musician. And Wynton was like, right, you know, because it was known.
He didn't believe you?
No, why should he? I mean, why should all of a sudden, why should I, after 19 years of just being me, sloughing around and taking the line of least resistance, should I reach this revelation and say, I'm gonna do what you're doing? I mean, my parents, like people always, when I joined Sting's band, my dad would get interviews and he says, so you must have been really surprised that your son, you know, joined a rock and roll band. He says, the only thing that surprised me is that my son played jazz at all. Because there was nothing in the first 19 years of his life that would allow one to think that my life would have going in that direction.
Yeah. How close were you and Wynton during that period?
Oh, we were inseparable.
All the time?
We were inseparable because we lived in the same room.
Yeah.
I was born in 1960, he was born in 1961. And we have 4 other brothers. There were 6 boys, so Wynton and I, it was like a routine. Wynton had things very laid out, you know. It's
organized,
like, unbelievable.
fastidious.
Unbelievable. He would get up at 6 in the morning.
This is great.
He'd get up at 6 in the morning.
I can imagine this.
I'm telling you, get up at 6 in the morning. He would go in the other room and practice from 6 to 7. And then he would eat his breakfast from 7 to 7:30.
Right.
And at 7:30, he would get up and go to school, or he'd practice a little more if he wanted to, because he had to be at school at 8:15, and his school was about 10 blocks away. My school was at least 3 miles away. I would get up at 8, run out of the house, and get there by 8:15, hang out with my friends, and Wynton would be in bed at like 9 o'clock, because he had to get up at 6. I'd come in around 10, and I'd wake him up. I'd wake him up, say, hey, man, get up. It's like, man, I got to get up at 6. And I'd start asking him we talk about music and women Not necessarily that order. Some women in music,
sports,
politics, and we would talk. We would talk till like 11:30
Yeah.
or 12, and he'd go, man, I'm gonna be tired tomorrow. So I'm sorry, man. I'll let you go to sleep. And then I turn on some Elton John. He's like, man, turn that off, man. I'm trying to sleep. And I couldn't sleep with the music off. He couldn't sleep with the music on.
Now, do you think you're as good a musician as he is?
In some respects, yeah, and in some respects,
What
no.
respects yes, and what respects no?
Well, there's certain things. I pick up music really quickly. I pick up ideas and things a lot quicker than Wynton. But we were talking 2 days ago, actually, about this. He was talking to me about something, and I really appreciated the way he was saying it to me, that the thing that separates guys like Wynton or guys like John Coltrane and Miles Davis from guys like me is a certain astute application to his craft.
Yeah.
So that with me, it's like hit and miss. It's almost like if you would make an analogy between a guy like Magic Johnson or Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, guys like that, John Stockton,
The great.
and everybody else.
Yeah.
You know, it's like all of a sudden you pick up the newspaper and there's a guy who would light up the scoreboard for 43 points on this night. And in the next 3 nights, he's 18, 8, you know?
Yeah.
And that's like me. It's like you listen to a solo, and like one line in the solo will be absolutely brilliant, and the other ones will be good, okay. But with the great guys, I mean, they've applied themselves, and there's a level of seriousness that is involved so that every time they play, every note has the same amount of weight and importance.
Therefore, do you regret you have not made the same commitment
No.
that Wynton?
Not at all.
I mean, you don't want to change places. You want to say, I'd like also to be there where Wynton is with that same
there's not an
astuteness, that
also.
same weight.
There's not an also. If you're going to do that, then you have to do what he does.
And to start when he did.
No, it's not too late. It's not too late.
Oh, you could be that good if you really
Oh, yeah.
applied yourself now?
Oh, yeah.
What does that say about all those years of practice that Wynton has had, all those years of dedication, all those years?
It worked for him. It paid off for him.
Yeah.
It paid off for him. And what I've done has paid off for me as well. But there are times, there's so few people that really understand how difficult it is to become an artist. You know, not an entertainer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's difficult too,
Yeah.
in another
But
kind of way.
that's a different discipline.
That's a very different discipline. I mean, entertainers, sometimes people are born to be entertainers. I mean, there's a certain level of ability in terms of the ability to communicate and the ability to make people laugh that is sometimes almost God-given. And it's not really, you don't have to really work really hard at that. You know, but I remember once a lady, Wynton had just written his first ballet for the New York City Ballet. And a lady from Entertainment whatever. Yeah. Entertainment Plus, Entertainment News Tomorrow. I have no idea which one it was. You know, I was doing one of these NBC press things. She says, oh, and now, you know, everybody knows who you are and you're out of your brother's shadow. He must really be jealous. And I said, yeah, you know, lady, my brother just wrote a ballet for the New York City Ballet. And, you know, he must really envy the fact that he can't wear a bikini on national television. Yes. You know, and she was like, oh, I'm sure he does. I mean, it just went like zoom. No, he must.
Never registered, did it?
Because to most people, I mean, what I do now is like, this is the penultimate. You know, they're like, man, it doesn't get it.
You mean the Tonight Show band?
Yeah, the Tonight Show, the musical
For
director.
most people, that would be it.
That's
I mean, that's
it.
a gig every night on television, on a network.
I mean, so many people, include,
So many
to my
musicians,
surprise, so many
especially
musicians have said that to me, which really makes me at times question their resolve as musicians. They say, well, man, you got it made now.
Yeah.
You're in for life. If that's what I want to do for the rest of my life, I'm in for life.
Why'd you do it?
It was a great idea at the time.
Is it still a great idea?
Yeah, it's fun. I have a good time.
Now, you like it?
Yeah, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
What do you like about it?
I've had a chance to I'm getting ready to do a classical performance. I'm getting ready to play with the San Francisco Symphony on March 5th. The amount of time that I've had to practice the music, I would have never had with my conventional touring schedule.
Yeah, if you were out on the road with a band, you couldn't have done that.
No, it's impossible because...
So it gives you at home with time to be creative and a time to hone your skills.
A time to hone my skills in a way that I never had before, because to do it the way Wynton does it, you have to block out things. In this way, I don't really have to block out things. I can still go to the basketball games and still hang out and do some of the things I want to do and still apply myself. And the people that I work with are great people to work with.
The Tonight Show people.
It's one of the few, usually when you work in a band situation or you work in an artistic situation, you work with people who you identify with philosophically, and most times you don't like or can't stand. No, it's true.
Yes.
But we all, you know, it's like
You mean, wait, explain that to me. Most people you can't stand that you work with?
because like you have guys stuck on a football team.
Right.
You know what I mean? You see the team, and on the field, they play great.
Yeah.
And like I have a lot of friends who play football, but if you ever have a chance to watch them when they file out of the dressing room,
same restaurant.
No, they are not a team when they walk out of the locker room.
Yeah.
But what is
When they
most
walk onto
important?
the field, their team. When they walk off the field, all the team is gone.
Boom. It's like 5 guys go over here, 5 guys
Same
go
thing
over
with the
there.
band. Same thing with the band. People
Yeah.
come for individual talents, which are melded together for the performance, and then it's over.
And that is what is most important.
Yeah.
This is one of the few opportunities that I've ever had where I actually like the people I work with.
Did you choose them?
No, I didn't choose them.
You didn't have any chance to. I'm talking about the band members.
Oh yeah, I chose them. I'm not really talking about the
You're
band. I'm talking about the Tonight Show.
Now, what about Leno?
Jay especially? It starts from the top. If Jay is one of these really difficult, arrogant people to work with, then you see it manifested in how people deal with each other with backbiting, backstabbing. We don't have a lot of that.
Yeah.
We don't.
Did you have a lot of that when Helen was there at the beginning, when you had all the
No,
controversy?
I liked Helen. I liked Helen. I didn't. She made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
Helen made a lot of
Ignoring
mistakes.
Johnny Carson is not a smart idea, is
You
it?
know, there's a list of them. There's a list of them. But the thing that I like the most about Helen is that she had an idea of where she wanted the show to go, and she was going to do whatever it took to get the show there. She was really good at dealing with the internal politics that are involved with dealing with NBC and dealing with the show. She made a lot of mistakes, though. She burned a lot of bridges that she shouldn't have burned, and she paid the price for them.
Does she realize that now?
Don't know.
Yeah, you don't see her, don't talk to her. Don't.
We go to lunch like once a year.
Yeah.
Once.
How long will you do it? You can do it for 5 years for sure.
Oh, for sure, I'm gonna do it for 5 years.
You got
That's
a
how long my
contract.
contract is.
And then you may or may not re-up on that.
I really don't know.
Yeah. Can you think of something you'd rather do?
Yeah, I can think
What
of
is
a
it?
pile
Name-
of things I'd rather
name,
do.
Well, name 4.
Name 4. I would love to be a professor at the university.
Would you really?
Yes,
To
I
teach
would.
music. To teach what?
To teach musicology.
Right.
Because I think that teaching music strictly it's a limitation. I think that the thing that makes good musicians, you know, I keep using sports analogies because they're analogies people can understand. I mean, the thing that makes Bill Parcells a great coach is that he not only gets football players, but he gets people who can think football as well.
And you choose Danny Reeves rather than Bill Parcells.
Well, Bill Parcells has done. Dan Reeves had the nucleus of a good team.
Yeah, right.
When he got here,
Right.
and Dan Reeves did a great job with the team. It's not a subtle dig at Giants fans, even though I am a Jets fan. Hi, Pete. Where's the camera? Pete Carroll, wherever.
Yeah, right.
My man, Pete.
How about
Congratulations.
How about Bruce?
I feel bad for Bruce.
Yeah.
I feel bad for Bruce, but I think that 4 years is ample enough time to get a team into the playoffs.
Yeah.
At least to get a team into the playoffs.
And what do you think of Jimmy Johnson?
Jimmy Johnson came in and did exactly what he set out to do.
He sure did, didn't
and
he?
he had an owner that gave him the money and the power and authority to do it.
And a religion.
And it's the same situation with Jimmy. He has people who think on his wavelength.
Right.
And that's why the team is successful.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl?
I'm going with Houston.
Are you really?
It's crazy, I know.
Warren will take them to the top, will he?
No, the defense will.
The defense will. Yeah.
The defense
Buddy
will.
Ryan will take them to the top.
But I mean, time and time again, if
Did
you
you
look
see
at sports,
Buddy?
yeah. But I mean, that's another example of what I'm talking about.
Passion.
What is important is not that he gets along with Kevin Gilbride. What
Yeah.
is important is that they work well in their respective units, and boy, do they.
Yes, they do.
They work well, and I think that, I mean, Dan Fouts had the most prolific offense for 10 years
Yeah,
with
San
San Diego, and they
right.
never had a defense, and they never won.
Yeah.
And I think that the difference in Houston's team this year is the defense.
Yeah. Interesting, too, the Redskins. What's happened to the Redskins? Can you imagine that? I mean, I assume this...
It's not. It's really not Richie's fault.
Richie
Rich
Pettibone.
Pettibone. It's
Yeah.
not his fault. He's the fall guy for it, but I don't blame him.
You know, you could do football. You could do color on football.
I would love to do it. Believe me, I would love to be a sportscaster. That's another thing. I'd
Okay,
like
that's
to do.
one. One thing is okay, what else?
The teacher,
Teacher.
a sportscaster, because a friend of mine is a sportscaster in New Orleans.
Would you like football better than basketball?
I like baseball better
Better
than
than
all
everything.
of them.
All right.
I like baseball is my favorite sport,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we
You
could
and-
sit here for an hour and talk
you
about
and
the Zen
Costas would
involved.
love each other.
Oh
Go
yeah, I
ahead.
mean
Yeah.
Bob and I get along really
Yeah, I
well.
imagine.
And I want to make documentary films.
Right.
I already have
About music, about anything, about social issues.
about social issues and music because they're kind of the same thing.
Yeah, and okay, that's enough. Roll tape. This is from the film. This is you're in trio with Jeff Tain Watson and Robert Hirsch from a documentary. The Music Tells You, made by Pennebaker, I think,
Yeah,
didn't
D.A.
he?
Pennebaker.
Roll tape, and then we'll show a little Tonight Show stuff as well. Here it is, Branford Marsalis. Take a look. We're out of time. You got to come back, and we got to do this again. When are you coming back to New York? We'll We'll set it up.
You got a deal.
We'll do it. If we don't do this, we'll do sports.
Yeah.
Branford Marsalis from the Tonight Show. What's it called? The Tonight Show Band?
The Tonight Show band.
Yeah. Are you still cutting albums and doing that kind of
Yeah, I
stuff?
have an album coming out in March.
Called what, do you know?
We don't have a title. The original title was Supermodels and Deep Conversation, but we changed that at the behest of my management. That will be changed to What I Don't Know Yet.
Yeah. Listen, come on sometime. Maybe we can get you and Winton together.
That would be cool.
Great.
That'd be good. It'd be fun talk, believe me.
Winton's coming up in 2 weeks. Maybe we'll try to work something out.
He's coming on the show in 2 weeks?
In
I'll
2
be
weeks.
in Cali, man.
Well, maybe we'll work it out.
Well, I'll see him tonight.
Cali is what we call it now?
We've called it Cali for quite some time, Charlie. Maybe you haven't.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next time.